Those are your favorite ones?
The one that I really want the most is this guy.
The perfect pumpkin, Dad says.
This is the squash.
Take that little orange one out because he's a squash and he's cute. We don't want to start with.
Dad's got donuts. Dad's got pumpkins. Hey, hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some pies to take with us to go collect some wood and hopefully go fishing. So let's get some of the pumpkins that we picked up from the pumpkin patch the other day cooked up into some pie, and some apples that we picked from our favorite local fishing hole, Hart's Lake. Let's gather up our supplies in the kitchen. It's kind of a mess. Here's some of my apples from the lake. I got these pumpkins at the Shelter Family Farm, which is down on the Nisqually River, and they are just beautiful. Every year I'm able to get somebody to pick a perfect baking pumpkin and convince them not to carve it so that I can make a pie out of it. There is the bucket of lard. Ooh! This is going to be a lard and butter pie crust. This is just the last of a bucket. Since I make soap, I have a lot of different animal fats, and I get them in a lot of different ways. Sometimes I render my own, sometimes I get them at restaurant supplies, sometimes people give it to me. But we're going to scrape this bucket out and see if we can get a cup of lard out of it to make some pie crust. I don't think there's going to be enough to make exactly what we need. These people are hungry and they love to eat desserts and pie. There, that looks like it should be about a cup. Now let's get some butter. That'll be a good supplement for lard. I don't want to wait forever for this pumpkin to roast, so I'm gonna turn it up kind of high. I saw somebody else cut one of these up the other day and cook it and make some soup, and is just beautiful. This and the kabocha, I believe it's called, pumpkin, are just fabulous. There we go. Oh, look at that guy, he's just beautiful. Let's get a bowl and save some of the seeds. Ooh, Dave will be so happy when he gets home. He loves coming home to pies and cakes. There you go, that's a good amount of seeds. I split my pumpkins up into 4 pieces, and let's roast them for a while and see what happens. Here goes nothing. Now, while we wait for those to cook, let's put our lard in the freezer with our butter and peel some apples. I'm gonna take my lard, scrape it off into a bread pan, and pop it in the freezer for a while. So these apples that I picked at the lake are fabulous. The apples at the top of the tree are black, and I can't reach them, but they have the most gorgeous color. They have an icy green center. Most apples in Washington on the west side of the mountains will get something called apple maggot, and all of your apples will be full of worms, and these apples magically do not have any worms inside of them. The taste is amazing. Not like a store apple at all. Maybe we can make it over to the lake tomorrow after we get firewood, and we could pick some more apples and check on the tree. I'm really trying to supplement 2 to 3 meals a week with foraged meat or eggs from our chickens. So clams or crabs one day and fish another. Because we live in Washington on the prairie at the base of Mount Rainier in Yelm, and out here a lot of the lakes are open year-round. The rivers have a lot of restrictions, but the lakes are open, the Puget Sound is open, the ocean is open, so there's a lot of fishing opportunities out here. Mushrooms too. This is a good bowl for our apples. That was the last apple from the lake tree. I think it's beautiful. Nothing more magical than an apple with a leaf on top. Maybe a peach with a leaf on top. Woo! Messy mama. That juice on the floor with the residue of the soap I make is dangerous. Let's get out some sugar and some flour. Woo! Some spices, some ginger, and some cinnamon. I'm just gonna shake some stuff into this bowl. I'm not gonna pay too much mind to how much of anything I put in it because that's just the way I am. I'm famous for using the lid for measuring. Let's say about 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. One tablespoon of ginger. I got a fresh nutmeg. I don't have a proper nutmeg grinder. It's just... smells good. I'm gonna say let's go for about 2 cups of sugar because we're naughty. And because these apples were pretty juicy, let's put in 1/2 cup of flour. These slices taste great and they're all really well coated. There we go. That should be enough for, let's say, 1 big pie right there, and then a little pies right there. All right, let's get the pans we're gonna need for our pie masterpieces. We'll use muffin pans to make our miniature pies. We'll just tuck regular pie dough right there into these little circles. My black iron pie pans, my iron pan roll. Let's get some crust going. Our lard is nice and frozen. Let's go ahead and plop our lard in there. A cup of butter. So I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's getting some pie this season. You don't have any pie, why don't you come over for some? Share my pie with you gladly. Let's get some flour in there. So we're gonna put 5 cups of flour in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easier if I count, don't judge me. And 1 handful of salt. The weather just got exciting outside. If the power goes out, it's not too big of a deal for us because we've got gas stoves and a backup generator. Definitely a good night for some pies. I'm just gonna make a cup of ice water to put in this right now. Now make sure to keep your butter and your lard cold. If it ends up getting too warm because it's warm in your house or outside, put the mixture back in the fridge or the freezer before you add your water. My 2 cups of fats and 5 cups of flour pie crust recipe takes just a scant cup of water. Pour cold water in here. This doesn't look bad at all. Don't want to warm it up too much by touching it with my hands. This water. I like there to be clumps of butter and lard left in it still. Call that 1 pumpkin pie, 2 pumpkin pies, 1 apple pie, then for our hand pies. 5 cups of flour, 5 balls of dough. I don't know if you can see those big chunks of butter in there, but that's kind of what you want. Now I could make a beautiful pie crust with a perfectly round dough, but we're just gonna eat this. I'm not giving it to nobody. Fold it over. Okay, there's one. Nobody cares here if their pie looks perfect, they just want to eat pie. Sometime we'll make some beautiful pies, maybe for Christmas. Let's make some beautiful pies together. Let's get these in there. Let's just roll out a big piece of dough and take pieces from it. All right, let's put some apples in here. I wonder if my fishing buddies will be at the lake. Maybe I can share a little pie with them. They were laughing at me for picking apples, but who's laughing now? This should be done just in time for Dave to walk in the door. How you guys doing? Excellent. Let's get some apple filling in this guy. And par bake this other pumpkin crust. Ooh, it's a little full, guys. Look at all the filling in that pie. Ooh, we in trouble? We might be in trouble. I better put a pan underneath it. Do not let me forget to put a pan underneath it when we put this in the oven. We're gonna have a smoky house. There we go. Ooh. Pie. And pumpkins out. A little bit of oatmeal. Brown sugar. And mush up some butter. Go for it.
That looks like some yummy pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm gonna make us some pies. That's your Halloween pumpkin. I love you.
I love you too.
Dad will be home and we'll have pie for dinner and leftovers, okay? You can see I'm just making a patty with the oatmeal and the butter and the brown sugar. I just probably mixed in like 1 cube of butter, a cup of oatmeal, and a cup of brown sugar. There we go. Let's pop them in the oven. Right next to its buddy apple pie. There we go. All right, let's poke our pumpkin. Perfect. Perfect. That pumpkin is ready to be pied. Let's get this beautiful pumpkin in the bowl. I'm just going to use half and half, I think. I'm not going to use evaporated milk. I'm not really into buying expensive cans of milk when I could just use heavy cream or half and half. All right, that looks like 1 can of pumpkin stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me while I make pumpkin pie and apple pie. I'm really excited to go get wood tomorrow. It's going to be great. The burn ban lasts from June until October every year, usually. And the burn ban was lifted 2 weeks ago. All right, that should be about what we need. We're going to use 5 eggs. And a pint of half and half. We would use heavy cream, but I used it all yesterday. 1 cup. Where's my brown sugar? Oh, there it is. 1 cup. I'm going to put in a half a lid of cinnamon, probably 2 1/2, 3 tablespoons. I'm going to shake in probably about 1.5 tablespoons of ginger. Woo! Throw in a whole nutmeg. Watch your teeth, guys. And then a whole pint of half and half. Any kind of pumpkin pie I make, whether it's canned or fresh, I use the immersion blender or my blender because it makes for the best creaminess and the best texture of pie. Making a pumpkin pie from scratch doesn't have to be difficult or scary. There you go. Now all we can do is clean up and wait for the husband to come home. Not burned. Beautiful little tops. I'll take it. Quick timing, as long as we can get the other pies done. It looks like the apple pie might be done now. I'm just gonna trim it for it. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. I'm waiting for you to come home. Yay, I love you. Well, I made you some food and I am waiting for you. Okay, wood and gallons of propane sound excellent. Perfect. The apple dripped on this one a little bit. That's okay. Hip, look at that. You can see where the apple pie dripped on the pumpkin a little bit. It tastes so good. The apple pie looking beautiful. Second pumpkin pie looking great. Who's that?
Dad!
What is it?
Dad!
Yay!
Get the house dog, man.
Yay!
I love you.
I love you. We made you pies. Pies? Uh-huh.
Oh, that's exciting. I really
Look
like
at apple pie!
pie. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my god. There's
Pie!
pies.
Pie!
We didn't make pie, you made pies. Oh. Oh.
have pies for tomorrow.
This is definitely going to be pies for tomorrow.
Yay! Look, I made little pies we can take with us too.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Pie!
Pie!
A mini apple pie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
You're welcome. The pumpkin pies turned out beautifully for making them with pumpkin from scratch.
Yeah, they look amazing. Yay, pie for dinner.
I love you.
I love you.
Are you ready to go get some wood tomorrow on your day off?
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to getting some wood tomorrow.
Excellent. This apple pie only has apples from the lake in it.
Mmm. Ooh, I've never
The
done.
pretty black apples.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some wood and see if we can get it done before it's dark and go get some more apples and maybe a couple of fish to eat for dinner.
That would be amazing. There's like special apples. Must get more before it's too late.
Yep, before the deer eat them all. Well, good. I'm excited to wake up in the morning and go get some wood nice and early.
Me too.